much people of every religious faith believe that they have seen supernatural beings. So if you're going to believe that, you would have it doesn't really do much for your denomination. Then you talk about ghost, which ghost I see no reason why you would even connect ghosts with religion. If ghosts were proven real tomorrow, it would still do nothing for the idea of God. Neither would demons and angels, for that matter, unless it appeared and said, "I am Gabriel, an angel of the Lord," and we had some kind of documentable, verifiable evidence to support that. It wasn't just a few crackpots saw him while they were praying and fasting for 3 days. Near-death experiences, pretty thoroughly debunked and explained. And then you say all other supernatural events. I mean, like what? Like what other supernatural events would those be? There are plenty of supernatural events that happen all over the world. I don't really believe that they're supernatural events. I believe that either they are events that we do not have the explanation to yet, or they are events that we do have the explanation to, but people are unwilling to accept it because it's really more interesting to believe that it was angels or a miracle of some kind.
And in sort of in addition to that, 95% of the world believes in a higher power or a God.
I don't think so. Huge portion of Australia, huge portion of Japan, large portions of China, a huge block of Europe, all atheistic or non-religious. And non-religious is not the same thing as atheistic. And a lot of the people who are religious are very, very moderate. They're not really even people who give religion much consideration. About the only time they care about God is when someone in their family dies, or when someone asks them, "Hey, you believe in God?" "Yeah, I guess." "I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure there's a God." Stuff like that. So it's not you make it sound like 95% of the world has this solid commitment to the notion of God, when really the vast majority are apathetic, and really plenty more than 5% of the population is atheistic and non-religious. I think that it's closer to 20% of the world. I think it's close to 20% of the world population. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll look it up and I'll post the results right here. So there you go. If you were right, congratulations, but I don't think you were. So if you were wrong, yeah, don't quote statistics if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Do you believe that all 6.5 billion of us today, and all those billions in history, including people such as Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Ben Franklin, Pascal, Isaac Newton, Jesus, and so many others, do you believe that all of those are deceived? Or would you admit that the existence of some higher power is possible? You just don't believe in it. You see that there's a difference there, that it's possible, you just don't believe in it.
This is something that George Washington said in a letter to Edward Newenham on October 20th, 1792. "Of all the animosities which have existed among mankind, those which are caused by difference of sentiments in religion appear to be the most inveterate and distressing, and ought most to be deprecated. I was in hopes that the enlightenment and liberal policy which has marked the present age would at least have reconciled Christians of every denomination so far that we should never again see the religious disputes carried to such a pitch as to endanger the peace of society." So George Washington may well have believed in God, but he doesn't sound like he was all too keen on religion. Benjamin Franklin said, "I cannot conceive otherwise than that He, the infinite Father, expects or requires no worship or praise of us, but that He is infinitely above it." So once again, it sounds like Benjamin Franklin does believe in God, but he says that it's a God that doesn't expect or require worship or praise because because this God would be infinitely above that sort of thing. So we can infer from that Benjamin Franklin wasn't too big on religion either. So far we have two deists here. They're non-religious people. They do believe in a God, but they don't believe in your God. And if they were around today, I dare say that they may well have been atheists, because you have to remember that these statements were made pre-Darwin. Here's 2 Lincoln quotes. The first is, "When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. That is my religion." And the other Lincoln quote, in case you felt that first one was too vague, "The Bible is not my book, and Christianity is not my religion." So, once again, Lincoln may well have believed in a God. I don't know. But once again, he certainly did not believe in your particular God. And I noticed that a lot of your arguments are about a God. Not necessarily the Christian God, just a God. And I wonder, what exactly do you think that would prove or settle? If we discovered tomorrow that there was, in fact, a God, we would still not know his nature. Everyone would still be saying the same things. The atheists would just become deists and say, well, okay, there's a God, we were wrong, but we have no idea what he wants, and really he's kind of irrelevant to our lives. The Christians would say, he's the Christian God. The Islamic people would say, and the Muslims would say, it's Allah. Everyone would just keep claiming that it was their God. And it wouldn't really change anyone's beliefs. And if there is a God, I don't really care. If that's what turns out to be true, I'm not going to be embarrassed by that. I'm not going to be embarrassed because I didn't believe something for which there was no evidence. And you're not going to get any satisfaction out of the gloating of it, because it's not like we're going to find, it's not like if we found God tomorrow, everyone would convert to Christianity. It just wouldn't happen. Because people would just be like, well, it's a God, but we don't know which God it is, or if it's any of our gods. I find it extremely unlikely that just by coincidence he happens to be the God of our particular book. So, really, you didn't make any kind of argument for Christianity. You made an argument for deism and a few arguments for agnosticism, yet you claim to be a Christian. So if you're going to make an argument for God, make an argument for your particular God. Anyway, I guess I've spoken long enough, so thank you very much for your time. And I'm very proud of myself for only insulting you 3 or 4 times in this video. Until now, fuck you.